Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. At last, after 3 years of planning, Jason, our dream is now a reality.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, this is Jason, my partner, a veteran blogger, an entrepreneur, a writer, a sportsman, just like me as well. We would like to welcome you to our first ever blog. It's called Beyond the Boardroom, where we will talk about business, trade, politics, and basically life and other trending stuff. Okay, so well, we welcome you here. Uh, we would like to take this opportunity to thank people who inspired us to make this vlog, like businessmen, clients of ours, mga partners namin. And because of them, we were inspired to open this vlog. Tama, Jason?
Yes, of course.
Jason, do you have any opening statement? Parang quad ko.
Yes, Pao, thank you for inviting me here and gandang gabi sa
I'm
inyo
not
lahat.
inviting you here. You're a co-host.
Yes, of course. So, anything about business, lifestyle, entrepreneurial, uh, anything under the sun, we talk about here. So, later, makikita niyong mga guests namin. So far, dalawa kaming host. So, 3 years in the making to, di ba, Pao?
Oo, naalala ko bro. Just to give you just to backtrack a little bit. Nag-usap tayo doon sa Zoom din, di ba? Nagpa-audition pa tayong mga co-hosts. At that time, 2020, naalala ko bro. I was lucky doon sa condo ko. Ikaw naman, nasa Mandaluyong ka pa yata noon, di ba?
Andito lang ako sa Bacolod area.
At gano'n, 2020. Tapos di ba nagpa-audition tayo, mga co-host.
Oo.
Hindi natuloy kasi because of some unforeseen circumstances. But now, ito na. After so much dali, di ba? Ang dami rin. Ang dami natin plano. But now, at least nandito na.
Natuloy kasi at that time dami mong negosyo at saka dami mo ring projects.
Hindi naman.
So, hindi mo rin maagapan, di ba?
Hindi naman bro. Ano lang talaga, timing. Minsan talaga everything is nasa right timing talaga bro. Di ba?
Ganun ba?
Di ba? So,
Timing.
COVID came and syempre, alam mo na, the rest is history. In fact, kung nasimulan natin to bro ng COVID, baka mas mayaman na tayo kay Kong TV.
Grabe naman, di naman siguro. Mga konti lang. Konti lang.
Ikaw bro, as a co-host, what do you expect from this vlog? Anong expectations mo dito?
I expect to know more about beyond the boardroom experience kasi yung mga interview natin dito is they will talk about their business, themselves, and their perspectives. Kaya yung mga nangyayari ngayon, di ba? Alam mo ba yung latest na nangyayari ngayon? Yung away ni Mike Tyson at saka ni Jake Paul.
Yeah. Nag-aaway pa rin ba sila? Tapos na yung laban
Tapos na. Pero maraming nagsasabi daw scripted eh.
Well, hindi naman siguro bro. Siguro naawa na rin si Jake Paul kay Tyson. Kaya siguro hindi niya masyadong, alam mo na, hindi niya bigay todo yung ginawa niya. But it's a marketing coup, pare. Umita yung mga organizers doon. Millions of oodles, di ba? Ang kumita yung organizer, hindi si Tyson tsaka si Jake Paul eh.
Syempre kasi yun online live stream yun eh.
Right.
First ever.
Yeah.
So how about sa Philippine news, local?
Politics. Well, we're still waiting for the impeachment trial. Yan ang hottest topic as of now in the political scene. Naantay natin yung developments ng impeachment trial. I'm pretty sure merong magkakaroon niya ng impeachment case sa Kongreso muna. Yun ang inaantay. Baka next week, dyan magkakaroon ng mga developments.
Okay.
Exciting yan bro. although sabi ni Bongbong, ayaw niya ng impeachment kasi it might divide the nation, it might
Oo.
ruin our business landscape. Pero
Oo.
tingin ko may may ano yan may plano.
May plano.
Alam mo naman sa politics bro, everything goes.
Oo, nakita ko may mga rally-rally na sa EDSA Shrine na.
Hindi,
Ang da-
nag-taper off
daming,
na. Hindi,
daming,
nag-taper off na. Ngayon, kanina ang nag-rally bro, mga BBM supporters naman nakita ko. Nasa EDSA sila. Naka-red sila. Mas marami actually doon sa nag-rally for Sara Duterte. Ito nasa hundreds, nakita ko eh. Unlike yung kay Sara Duterte, siguro mga nasa 200. At its peak, siguro mga 300.
ganun ba?
Hindi yung crowd doon. Kasi I went there eh. Chinek ko yung EDSA Shrine. Mga nasa 300, tansya ko. At any given moment, 300.
Grabe, ang dami pala, no?
Sama mo na yung police na nasa 200, so 500 na.
Marami-rami rin.
Marami yung police eh. Di ba? Yun. Anyway, our first ever guest in our first ever business vlog is already in the holding room. No? So, hindi na natin patagalin, Jason. Introduce na natin. Ha?
Okay. Pasok mo na yan.
Pasok na muna. Hello!
Hi, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, Jason, Paulo.
Hello,
This is
David.
Jason, our co-host. He's a veteran vlogger. He's also a businessman. He has a chain of barbershops in Talisay, Negros. Yeah. But first, let me introduce our guest tonight, our special guest, si David, no? David Gomez. I think David Gomez wears many hats. Di ba, David?
Thank you for inviting me. Nakikinig ako sa...
Hindi kita invite dito. You will be a co-host soon. Di ba? Yun ang usapan natin. Di ba?
Nice.
Well, anyways, David has so many hats. He wears he owns a air purifying business, right? Yung Airmaster. Tapos also owns a resort in Siargao called G Villas, and he co-owns 8 Suites Tagaytay in Tagaytay City.
Wow.
Diba? Tama, no? Maybe you can talk a little bit about yourself, David. Siguro, simulan natin. Where did you study? How did you come up with all these businesses of yours? What was your inspiration, your motivation, and everything? Feel free. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Okay. well, basically, I'll give you a short background lang. Growing up, I look up to my father. So, syempre, growing up, I see him. He's also an entrepreneur, a businessman. So, growing up, since I was a little kid, I'm fond of selling different kinds of things. So, I think one of my first was I used to paint, and then binibenta ko siya in the neighborhood. So, that's one. And then I also do, yung mga number ng sa bahay, di ba may number yan? I would polish it for a fee in our street. And then in school, I used to sell some little things. So I think the entrepreneurial spirit or the selling part or being a salesman started when I was a kid. Kasi I would, see my father also do the same, or siguro he would talk to us or talk to me about it. So ako feeling ko, everything starts at home when you're a kid. So, siguro subconsciously, doon nag-start yon. And then, I went into entrepreneurial school of management in UANP when I turned college. Yun. Kasi naisip ko talaga business is what I want to do in my life. So, yun. So, I went to entrepreneurial management program, and it's a 4-year course na you need to think of a business. So, lahat kayo magka-classmates doon. You need to think of a business. You need to go through business plan in the next 4 years. And you have to present it. Meron yung may delegation yan. You have, we call it NBV, New Business Venture. So, you have to defend your business. At the same time, you also have to do it from scratch in front of them. So talagang from scratch. So yung pinaka-first business ko is the Tagaytay. It's called 8 Suites. It's a boutique hotel. It consists of 8 rooms or 8 suites, and it's nestled on the quiet part of Tagaytay, near Tagaytay Highlands. I was grateful enough na all the capital I was able to borrow from my parents. So parang we did not loan from the bank, or I did not pull investors. So I was lucky enough na I had support from my parents. Pero of course, may ano yun, I have to give it back, or I have to prove to them the business plan na it works. So may konting pressure na gano'n. But when you're 19 years old, sobrang lakas yung loob mo di ba?
Right.
Malakas loob mo. I
Yeah.
remember my dad asking me, kaya mo ba to ma-ROI in 5 years or 8 years? Sabi ko pa noon, Dad, 3 years, ROI na yan. Pero in reality, I don't have experience. I've never done any hotel business. Pero feeling ko that time parang madali I don't know why. Siguro because you study it, you calculate, and we already have the internet that time. You do research, diba? You visit other hotels. So parang for me, it's 50% gut feel or lakas ng loob, and then 30% calculated risk, and then 20% hard work. Feeling ko ganun So,
Wow.
ayun.
So is it to say, David, na parang it was a loan from your dad? Parang may ganong aspect di ba? Parang niloan lang sa'yo ng dad mo.
Oo.
Meron ba yung kasulatan? Is there a document governing that loan? Hindi naman.
Wala. I was a
Naman.
student. I was a student that time. So wala pa akong alam sa ganun. And I think my dad did not. Kasi we opened the family corporation So basically my dad is still part of it. My mom.
Okay.
Parang ako lang yung managing director, or it's my project But we opened 2009. We started construction 2008, 10 months. Tapos na siya.
10
We were
months?
able to 10 months construction. So 2008 yung construction. 2009 we opened. And luckily, fortunately, we were able to ROI in 4 years.
Oh.
Wow, bilis na.
Is it okay to mention the capitalization of the hotel? How much capital did you produce first?
During that time around, with everything all in property, construction, the content, staff, everything, around 35, more or less.
Wow,
35. Pero during the time, I mean now, if you do a construction now with that, kasi it's 1,000 square meters And then
maliit na yun. Because of inflation, no? Inflation and everything.
During the time, malaki na yung 35 for But now siguro if you're gonna do the same, times 3 na siguro yun.
Wow. Grabe, no?
110M na, 110M.
15 years ago, no?
Yeah.
Grabe yung inflation.
Siguro ang maganda rin doon sa ganung business, for our listeners, if you have extra money and you want a generational wealth, diba? You want a business that you can pass on to your kids, or at the same time yung asset nyo appreciates. Diba?
Right.
Hindi ba building a hotel, or in real estate, building something that generates you money, and at the same time the asset is increasing. I think that's a good investment that you
So
can
would
do.
you say, David, that real estate is really the best investment?
One of the. Not the top, but one of the. One of.
Oo, tama.
So, fast forward, it was really doing well. But I was 20, 21 years old. I figured out na parang I was already the boss. I'm the owner of the business. I talked to my team, and I talked to my father.
That was your early 20s, no? Early 20s ka pa lang, boss ka na.
19, 20, 21, So, medyo it came to me na I cannot learn more. Kasi, sino yung mentor ko? Well, aside from my father, I learned a lot from him. Pero parang sabi ko, I want to learn more in life. I want to go out. I want to try employment. So, yun yung
Okay.
medyo tricky kasi 'di ba most of them, I mean, the standard is you do first employment and then you do business.
Right.
This one is different. At a young age,
Baliktad sa'yo.
natikman mo yung business, you felt being a boss. I was able to experience struggles with also my team kasi lahat ng team ko that time was older than me. I was
Okay.
younger than them, but I'm the boss. So parang, to be honest, sometimes meron akong self-doubt on myself minsan.
Oo, of course, 19 years old, that's too young.
Di ba?
Bampa ako nun, David Bampa ako nun, 19. Pupunta pa ako lang sa club nun eh.
So,
Kasi ikaw, nag-negosyo na.
mahilig ako sa kotse.
Okay.
So, I remember kasi my dad told me, if you wanna do well in business, you have to know about sales. Dapat
Right.
matuto sa sales, how to
Very
sell.
basic yan. Very basic, no?
You sell yourself, you
Right.
sell your character, you sell yourself, diba? Once you sell yourself, everything will
Tama.
follow. You don't have to
Your
sell the
own
product.
brand. Your brand, your
Oo.
reputation. Diba?
Correct. So, I started with Toyota Lexus, yung mga kotse.
Right.
In BTC, that was 2011. I started with Lexus. I
Ano ka
became
doon? Agent? Agent
sales
ka doon?
agent.
Sales
Sales agent.
agent.
So, my salary then was around 10,000, less tax. So, 10,000 less tax, parang mga 9 yata or 8 something. And then
10,000?
commission. I started. And then the commission per car is around between 5K to 15K. Pinakamalaki na yung 35K.
Hindi
Percent.
percentage. Normally
Hindi
kasi percentage, di ba?
Not even 1% eh. Parang 0.03.
Wow,
Parang,
ang liit. Bakit
maliit
ganun kaliit?
to. Kasi I remember that time an LX570, yung parang Land Cruiser ng Lexus, it sells for around 7 million and the commission there is around 35,000.
Ang liit.
Maliit. And then from Lexus, I moved to PGA Cars, Porsche.
Uyuto, di ba?
Yes. I became a sales manager and then the GM of Porsche. So I was there until 2017. So during all of those years, the 8 Sweets Tagaytay business is on its own. So di ba sabi nila, if in creating a business, you should create it self-sustainable without you.
But who manages it? Sino nagmamanage?
We manage
may manager.
we have a manager, we have a team. But of course, at the same time, I also foresee monthly. Syempre, di ba, we do monthly meetings, ganyan. Pero hindi na hands-on.
Hindi day-to-day.
Hindi day-to-day. So, but during my 7 to 8 years career in sales, in being in the car dealership, sobrang dami ko natutunan.
Like what?
I learned about how to deal with people, with customers, how to, how to sell yourself and how to help people. Kasi in sales, you don't talk to them about the product eh. You ask them what their pains are.
Tama.
So, kunwari, bibili ng kotse, I don't talk about the engine kasi alam na nila yan eh, nasa brochure yan eh. Normally, tinatanong ko, sir, is this your primary car, first car, second, third? Or what are your existing cars already? Why are you buying a new one? Yun na muna. Kasi pag nasabi na nila na my wife just gave birth, we have a newborn, so we're looking for a van. Hindi mo na-eliminate mo na lahat. Diba?
Tama.
Normally, we keep on asking questions na, sir, okay, you want a sports car. Do you play golf? Or do you bring this on Sundays? Or gusto mo yung naka-display lang sa house mo? Or is this your first sports car? Or you have a lot already? Kasi based doon sa sagot na yon, doon mo alam kung ano offer mo. Yeah.
Tama. Tama.
Narrow down.
Narrow down. That's one of that. And then, ayun, talking to people, getting to know your customer, and sometimes, being friends with them, not just a relationship na employee ka, tas kliyente mo sila. Ang dami ko naging client sa Porsche, Lamborghini, Bentley na naging
Naging
ka-close.
kaibigan mo.
Oh, yeah. Like,
Which is
recently-
better, di ba?
Oh,
Which is
pag
better kasi
Christmas-
naging network mo na sila eh.
correct. So, pag Christmas, birthday nila, birthday ng anak nila, binyag ng anak ko, magkakasama na kami.
I-invite ka.
Invite. And then, even now, I'm not in the automotive industry anymore, but minsan tatawag sila, Dave, bibenta ko na yung 911 ko, hanap po akong buyer. Tapos gusto ko bumili ng Lamborghini, hanap mo rin ako unit. So,
Ikaw pa rin nila, inaahente nila pa rin.
Yeah. kahit na I'm not there anymore, syempre, di ba? Siguro
Meron
there's
may personal relationship na eh, no? May personal, yun ang maganda dyan eh, di ba?
trust, di ba?
Yung trust, ako, yun ang mahirap kunin ngayon, yung trust eh. Di ba?
Ayun. So anyway, moving forward, so I learned a lot of things, pero wala pa rin akong naiisip na business na gawin after. Wala pa rin akong naiisip na gawin. Until, when I left nung 2017, kasi sabi ko parang I want to grow and continue my hotel business, I was able to find a property in Siargao, build villas there, and live my dream life of living in the beach. So yun yung pinursu ko. Nakaipon na ako sa automotive industry. So I built this villa type called G Villas in Siargao. But this time it's my own personal na. My own
In
personal.
other words, it's not the money of your dad. This is
Yeah.
from the earnings, from
Personal
your
funding.
agreement, tama?
Oo, correct. No investors then, just myself. And I started this 2019, before pandemic.
Before pandemic.
Yun yung story doon. I was single that time. I'm not yet married. And then, pandemic happened. I met my wife now. We met during, I think 4 months before pandemic lang eh. Nag-meet kami. And she's from Cebu. And we stayed in Cebu the whole time during the pandemic.
Lockdown.
So, nung nag-lockdown na, ito na yung exciting part na nangyari sa amin. All of our businesses, the Tagaytay, Boracay, and Siargao, lahat closed because of pandemic. Ayun pala, I forgot to say, we also have, it's called Fat Jimmy's Resort in Boracay. That was my father's business way back in the 90s. It's a budget.
Fat Jimmy's?
Oh,
Sino
Fat
yun?
that father ko si Jimmy Gomez. So,
Mm.
he's big, kaya Fat Jimmy's yung name.
Oo nga.
So now, when we were in Cebu, lockdown, I was with my wife there, then girlfriend pa lang. Close lahat ng, syempre, umalis na ako sa automotive business. I'm not employed anymore. I have a new business in Siargao, sarado din. Tagaytay, sarado din. Boracay, sarado din. So I'm like, what will we do? Diba? Pandemic, anong gagawin natin? So, this is where Airmaster was born.
Okay.
In Cebu, in the bedroom of my girlfriend then, with my wife now. So, I was just browsing Alibaba. Nag-isip lang ako ano kayang product ang pwedeng ibenta? Kasi everyone's indoors eh. So, bahay lang tayo lahat. So, ang naisip ko kagad, e-commerce. Why don't I sell online? Pero hindi ko alam anong product. People are talking about mask. Ano pa uso nun? Face shield, di ba?
Face shield, mask. Yan, air purifiers. Bumili ako
Pero-
ng 10 yan eh. During the
Yun,
pandemic. Iba't ibang klaseng air purifiers.
Correct. Pero nung hindi pa sumisikat yung air purifier, kasi we were one of the first eh. Mask pa lang tsaka face shield, sabi ko, naku, mahirap yan kasi a lot of competitors, and then you see in the news na ang daming nahuhuli, may mga fake, may mga overpricing, this and that. So I thought, marami. So naisip ko nga yung air purifier. Sabi ko, why don't I I ordered from China and then I made my own brand, Airmaster. Pero in
Okay.
order ko lang 5 pieces.
Ano yan?
Tapos,
Industrial type na air purifier or is it the personal type? Yung nilalagay sa leeg. Normally
ano
ganun eh.
siya, home type siya, home. So,
Home
nasa
type.
room siya.
So parang air purifier talaga.
Yes, air pure. But hindi pa industrial. More on...
Hindi industrial. Okay.
So, I ordered 5. I put up a website using Shopify. Gumawa akong Facebook ads. Actually, all of these things I learned a year ago. Parang I keep on joining seminars or I have some friends who knows how to do e-commerce. Sali lang ako ng sali pero hindi ko pa ginagawa. Curious lang ako. I've been curious about it, trying to learn, pero never ko pa talaga na gawa. So, basically, it's a skill na I just learned and I set it aside. And I don't know when to use it. Andun lang siya. And during the pandemic, when we found the air purifier in China, doon ko naisip yun, okay. So, doon ko pala pwede gawin yung website, Facebook ads, Google ads, Google search, merchant, Alibaba ordering. Anyway, when I put up the website, it just took me 2 days. 2 days to
Okay.
do everything. Paggising namin the next day, pagka-launch ng Facebook ads, meron na kagad kaming 30 orders.
Wow.
Oh, and then the following day, 50, 70, 100. Dami na. Tapos we were like, sabi ko sa wife ko, babe, we only have 5 units. Tapos we need to dispatch 150 units. Anong gagawin natin? They're all paid na ha. Advance na yon. Paid na sila lahat. They paid via credit card.
Credit card.
Oh,
PayPal.
So,
Advance
PayPal.
orders.
Advance order. So, during that time, yan yung quarantine eh. So, sinabi namin, apologies, but due to the ECQ, your orders might take 1 month, ganyan. If you want to continue, we'll proceed. But if you want a refund, we will send back your money. Buti na lang, all of our clients push through.
Okay.
So, we used our money, we used that money to order the 150 pieces. Ayun na, roll na ng roll until nag-open na yung MECQ. I think it was already June or July, di ba? March yun eh, March. Pagdating ng June or July, in a span of 3 months, I went back to Manila. I opened the store. I opened an office. Tapos,
Physical store. May showroom to.
yes, we opened in SM North EDSA. Nakapasok kaming Abenson, Rustans. It was a roller coaster ride. Ang bilis eh. In a span of a few months, nakapasok na kami sa, yun nga, Abenson, Rustans, SM. Dami na nag-orders. We did billboards in EDSA. We were able to do almost $2 million in 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah, that
Mga
was
ilang units yun? Ilang units yun?
thousands of
Oh.
units. Kasi I remember Abenson pa lang, we would deliver 500 pieces every other month. Sa warehouse nila in Pasig and in Carmona. So, ano yan, 2020 hanggang 2021. Sobrang putok talaga. And during the time, all of our hotels and resorts, lahat closed. We had to lay
Ito yung
off.
boom mo.
So talagang ito lang yung source of income ko. Wala na yung iba lahat. And in 2021, sumikat naman yung oxygen concentrator. So I was able to bank on that too. We created an Airmaster oxygen concentrator for COVID, for COPD, hypoxia clients. Grabe yun, nag-shoot up na naman yun until end of 2021. So I think that was the peak of Airmaster air purifiers and oxygen concentrators during the pandemic. But then, patapos na yung pandemic and I can sense that the sales are slowing down. So I had to cut everything down. We had to slow down. Eventually, we closed our store in SM North. And then nag-downsize na ako ng konti sa expenses and I had to lie low on Airmaster. But it had a good run. We were able to save and buy properties for the company. And then now we're pivoting naman. Nag-pivot na kami to dehumidifiers, ceiling type air purifiers, HVAC filters. B2B naman ngayon, mostly buildings.
Ito na yung industrial, no?
Commercial.
Yeah.
na.
Ito na
Shift na
pumasok.
kayo sa industrial type.
Correct. Kasi after pandemic, wala na masyadong fear for retail. Diba? Then, no one's buying air purifiers anymore. So, yung mga natirang clients namin, puro offices, clinics, hospitals, resorts, buildings. Yan.
Hindi na personal, ano? Business
Hindi
na. Business to
Oo.
business.
Business to business. So yun, that's the story of and then of course when that happened, Siargao now already we renovated Siargao, inayos na namin yung Siargao, and then Tagaytay is also open. We renovated, we have a new heated pool. Boracay is also doing well. So yun. So I'm managing all of those business right now, and also I'm still thinking of new ones, and if there's an opportunity, we're always there. So yun lang, basically more or less that's my the story
Journey.
of my journey.
Your
Yeah.
Right. So Airmaster is still operational. You have business clients, no? At the
Correct.
same
Yeah.
time, the two resorts are also operational now.
Correct.
What are other businesses that you're looking at? You think mo it's it would serve the current market now. Ano sa tingin mo mga businesses that are in local parlance patok nakikita mo ngayon 2024 or business trends? Maybe
Marami
nakikita-
actually. Marami.
Kahit isa lang.
I'll
Just
give
one.
you some. One is ukay-ukay.
Huh?
So,
Ayun ka.
yes, ukay-ukay. That's a billion.
Ang daming players dyan, ha?
That's a billion peso business here in the Philippines. Kasi if you notice, what's our population? 110 million, no? 110
Yes.
million.
More than yan na.
Around 90% are nasa masa, di ba? Or normally they couldn't afford brand new or expensive clothes. And if you go to Cebu, to Iloilo, to Surigao, and even to the north, Nueva Vizcaya, to Gigarao, a lot of areas, daming ukay-ukay. And when you talk to the vendors, they're earning millions. So I think if you know how to import, you import from different countries and then ibabaksak mo sa mga millions. I have a friend that is doing really well. He's been buying expensive cars, mga G-Wagon, Porsche, ganyan. Sunod-sunod. Ukay ang ukay. Oo. But he
Because of
doesn't sell, hindi retail. Ang ginagawa niya, siya yung nagbabaksak sa mga retail.
So, parang supplier. He's on the
Yes.
supplier side.
Wholesale.
That's one. And then, but if you ask me, what I want to do naman is, I still want to do real estate, of course. I want to create for example, a 5-story, 50 units apartments that you have studio, 1 bedroom, 2 bed. You still own the property, you lease it out. Yun, maganda rin yun kasi that's passive income. It gives you money. Resorts,
Right.
hotels, okay din. Importation from China, yun, maganda yun. Construction supplies.
Okay.
Kasi marami sa China. Well, most of our items in Wilcon or mga Home Depots, galing lahat yan ng China eh. So yun, marami pang items in construction na meron sa China, wala pa dito. So, I think that's a good market too, to import construction supplies from China.
Construction supplies, meaning because of the construction boom. Do you
Yes.
think the construction boom now will elevate the supplier side? Maraming naghahanap.
Well, definitely, kasi Philippines is a growing country, di ba? It's a developing country. So, you'll notice a lot of build, di ba? Not just houses or commercials, but industrial eh. So, ang dami pang machines na wala dito eh. Na if you check in China, ang daming machines na
Dami.
you can import. Oh, yeah. Oh, I think yun, that's also a good or di ba, Paolo, you have connections in government. So imagine creating a company that imports construction equipment that sells to LGUs or your yun, magandang business yun. Kasi isa lang kausap mo and then per project, that's billions eh.
Tama. Ang problema lang sa government, it's not the bidding process eh. It's whom you know.
It's who you know. And that's why you're
Laging
there.
ganun eh. Kung sino yung kilala mo sa loob, di ba? So, there's still red tape eh. Sad to say, di ba? Pero that's a good that's a good outlook. So yung construction business now, you think will boom in 2025? But there's another side of the coin. Maraming speculations that we will have a bubble in 2025. I read a few articles na because of the construction boom on condominiums, marami raw hindi nabebentang units.
Ay, that's true.
Even
Condominium.
go to Rockwell, di ba? Sa gabi yung Rockwell, nakikita mo, walang ilaw yung mga buildings. So I think it's an indication na hindi lahat occupied. Pwedeng ganon eh. May mga nababasa kong doomsayers eh.
Actually, totoo yun. When it comes to middle class condominiums, pero ang super high-end market is not affected by that. Pero yung middle class and oo, tama yun. Oo. Meron talaga. Kasi maraming supply. But I think what I'm saying kanina is not just Metro Manila. All over the Philippines, provinces.
Yan ang bagong market ngayon, Yan ang bagong market. Provinces.
Oo. When it comes to construction. Oo. Not anymore Manila Metro Manila. Kasi very, saturated na Metro Manila. Big construction firms like Megawide, DMCI, and sino yung kaya, Laude? Who's the... Santa Elena Construction, yan. Sila lahat, they were... Santa Elena, Megawide,
Magugulat ka, David, Ito, magugulat ka. Revelation sa akin, yung Santa Lucia. They're not big on PR, they're not big on marketing. But everywhere I go, may development ng Santa Lucia. Wow. Even on top of... Sa Palawan, pumunta ako, meron silang village on top of a mountain. Tahimik lang sila ng developments eh. Santa Lucia, di ba?
Malakas na sila since PBA pa eh.
The province now is the new marketplace. The provinces are the new marketplace. Pumunta ako ng Pampanga, nakita ko daming developments doon sa papuntang Clark.
Correct.
Gulat ako, daming mga villages doon, exclusive villages. Muntik na akong bumili. Pero kasi tinitingnan ko, walang tao. Sabi ko, bibili ako ng bahay dito, wala kang kapitbahay. But the houses are good. They're well designed, modern villas, ganun mga style eh. Pero sabi ko, if I live here, walang tao. Yung along the Clark Corridor, daming nagbubuka sa mga real estate companies eh. Yan, tama ka, Megawide is a big player there. Ang dami nilang...
So normally, yung mga big players na ganyan, they already have their suppliers eh. So mahirap na tayo pumasok.
Mahirap pasukin.
Ang maganda is to go to provinces and tap yung mga middle construction firms who's looking for suppliers. Diba? So yun, those are just few of my ideas. Pero madami pa. Sobrang dami.
How about mga innovative new business trends? Like for example, because of the growth of electric vehicles, do you see products that would be created out of this industry? May paano usapan tayo yung charging, di ba?
Yeah.
Charging infrastructure, it will be big in the next few years, di ba?
Correct. Electric cars, electric chargers, e-scooters.
Actually, in cars, madali eh. Yung infrastructure for charging, yun ang kailangan natin. Kasi yung ano, di ba, yung, ang tawag dito, yung range anxiety. Yan ang lagi mong problema sa electric. Di ba?
Correct. Oh. Yeah, so yun, that's also a good business opportunity. But I think going back, you also need to know the right people if you want to engage in
eh.
that. Kasi syempre, I remember when I was in Lexus noong 2012, Meralco is already talking about that electric vehicle, may mga talks na dyan. And,
meron na sila, David. When I went to the expo, I saw, meron sila mga charging stations that is being built in different provinces eh. Pero hindi pa nga hindi pa siya, yung adoption rate may maliit pa.
Tsaka alam mo, I noticed sa Philippines, hindi pa natin nasa-solve yung basic electricity problem in the provinces. So, right now, Siargao has been blacked out for 1 week or brownout sa Siargao ngayon, nagkakagulo. Buti na lang we have generator. Pero kung wala kami generator, hindi kami puno ngayon. So, Siargao, Boracay. Boracay has been blacked out at least every December and summer. May generator din kami doon. A lot of provinces, daming blackout. So my point is, we haven't even solved, the government hasn't even solved basic power supply or source in
distribution.
Diba?
Distribution.
So,
Generation.
So, kung papasukin natin itong electric, baka Metro Manila lang. Hindi pa kaya sa ibang areas. Hindi pa kaya. So, I don't know. It's for me.
Meron, David. I think Bataan is a very good place to start because yung electricity rate ng Bataan, pinakamababa in the whole Philippines. They have the cheapest electricity rate because ang dami nilang coal plants. May coal plant sila, nandun din yung Petro, nandun yung mga oil players eh. So mababa electricity rate nila. Tingin ko that's a good area to start.
Pwede, yes.
Oo. Tsaka walang blackout doon.
Daming power doon.
Very good point.
Power
very
plant?
good point. Ano no?
Madaming power plants.
Coal plants. Sa Bataan. Daming coal plants doon eh. Kaya nga galit na galit mga environmentalists lagi doon. Lagi nagrarally. Kasi very dangerous to the environment daw yung coal plants eh. Yun. That's a good point, David, no? That's a good point. Yung infrastructure is not yet built for electric vehicles, no? But because of Tesla pumasok na eh. Tingin ko, di ba? It will hasten the development. Kasi may charging station na Tesla, nakita mo?
Correct.
Charging station nila. Galing, ano?
Galing.
BGC, di ba? Tingin ko, because of Tesla entering our market, tingin ko lalaki. I think that's the next frontier, di ba? I'm pretty sure you've been to China, di ba? Nakita mo sa China. Parang 50% na yata ng kotse doon, EVs na eh. Di ba?
Correct.
Europe.
Actually, in fact, before BYD entered Chang'an and a lot of all of those electric cars, mga 2-3 years ago, naisip ko na rin yung electric cars to bring to the Philippines. Ang problema lang, I don't have that big capital to start a big dealership. Pero maganda talaga yun. Okay yan. It's a good.
Diba, Pao, in-open up ko sa iyo yung the provinces generator business we import from China.
The best.
Daming power supplies issue. Kahit hanggang ngayon eh. Dito sa Negros, dami pa rin power supply issues.
Yun naman talaga problema natin, yung power generation. Wala tayong masyadong sources, di ba? Tama, no, David? Yung sources natin, very limited. In fact, pero may solar na rin kasi, di ba? Nagge-generate na lang ng solar farms. Marami na ako nakikita ng solar farms eh. But again, there's a risk to the environment also. Akala nila safe yung solar, no? But again, ang dami nilang dinidisplace ng mga tao pag nag-open up ka ng solar plant. Kasi kailangan mo ng vast tracts of land eh, di ba?
Correct.
So, ginagawa nila, pinapalayas nila yung mga tao para ma-put up lang yung solar farm. Malaking lupa nila kailangan eh. So marami ring disadvantages. There are a lot of benefits, but at the same time may mga disadvantages yung mga developments. Tama, agree. Now, David, since you're our very first guest, inaugural episode, no? We would like to get from you, can you, yung followers natin, soon to be 1 million, can you give them tips? Anybody who wants to get into business or become an entrepreneur, what are the tips you can give to them?
Okay. Maybe number one, you have to first have the right mindset.
Okay.
Very important. Kasi having an entrepreneurial mindset, a business mindset is different from a normal person or a normal working person. So first, you have to have the mindset na you need to work. You're willing to work 24/7. You're willing to solve problems. You're willing to think of innovative ideas on how to improve your business. And then you also have to, pagdating kasi dito, walang 9 to 5 eh. It's when you wake up and by the time you sleep, you have to think about it 24/7 eh.
24/7, tama.
So that's
Hindi
one. You have to have
24/7.
so you have to have that right mindset, and dapat ready ka sa failures. Kasi lahat ng kinuwento ko kanina, maraming story about failures na hindi ko sinabi. Diba? So there will be a lot of failures, but you just have to continue. So you have to have the right mindset for that.
You treat it as an expensive education, yung failures. Diba? Parang you enroll in an MBA na mahal.
Yes.
Na mas mahal sa MBA actually, sa MBA program. Diba?
Correct. So,
pero yung advice
mo.
I just want to ask, kasi laging sinasabi ng mga businessman, you should have a mindset of an entrepreneurial mindset. Minsan kasi, David, maraming tao walang ganun eh. How do you develop that? Yung walang entrepreneurial mindset.
Okay, so
how do you develop the mindset?
Yeah. So first, do a mindset. Now, if you don't have the mindset, how do you do the mindset? You have to be obsessed. You have to breathe it. You have to live it. You have to eat it. You have to be obsessed with your business or what you do. Everything in life is. So for example, isip ka ng business. Kunwari, you want to open a restaurant, di ba? You have to be obsessed with it. Dapat every day, yun ang iniisip mo, yun yung mindset mo, yun yung gagawin mo, you have to be obsessed with it. Hindi pwedeng during the day, biglang magbabasketball ka. Biglang ma-obsess ka sa bagong Jordan or ma-obsess ka sa game, sa isang game, sa
maraming
computer.
Distractions. Dapat tanggalin mo yung distractions.
Tanggalin mo lahat ng distraction. Dapat talaga, you have to be, yun yung the right word obsessed. If you can shut down from the world for 6 months and just be obsessed with that business, after 6 months, pwede ka na mag-hobby. Kung yung business na yun, nag-run na, you were able to do training, nag-launch ka na, kumikita na, may system na, doon ka na mag-basketball, doon ka na mag-hobby, doon ka na mag-games. Pero sa start, dapat talaga, kung kaya nga, first 5 years dapat talaga, yun yung right term obsessed.
Obsessed.
Obsessed. Dapat talaga obsessed.
It's a big word, obsessed. Parang sa babae, no? If you're really obsessed with you will do everything to win her. Ganon.
So, yung alam yung everyday na lang mag-uusap kayo, naiinis ka na, puro ka naman Airmaster eh. Parang puro na lang import ng parang ganon. If you see your friends medyo complaining na we always see you doing this, yun na yun, you're on the right track. Kasi when people see you, dapat yung business mo, yun yung maisip nila eh. Diba? When people see you, magsha-shargaw pala ako. Parating ganun eh. When I walked out, Dave, magsha-shargaw pala ako. Abib, diba? Or parang, Airmaster. Parang yan. So you have to be obsessed so people can what's the right term?
Recognize you.
Recognize you. Branding, yes. O doon na magsa-start yung personal branding mo. personal branding, and
Obsession.
I think that's one of my advice to the viewers.
Be obsessed
Is
with business, ano? Be
be
obsessed
obsessed
with
with what you want to do. Anything naman, kahit hindi business. Basta if you have a career or you want to do something, if you want to do it well, be obsessed with it. Yun.
sabi nga nila, yung janitor, if you want to be the best janitor, di ba?
Oh,
Maglinis ka na maglinis.
correct.
Cleaning services. Ang daming commercial cleaning
Tama,
services
tama.
na.
Agree. So, be obsessed with whatever you're doing. No? Ganun
Correct.
lang kasimple. Okay.
So,
My follow-up question to that is, because this is the biggest problems of entrepreneurs, no? Lalo na yung walang pera. Yan lagi ang sinasabi, di ba? I want to go into business, but again, I don't have the capital. Do you really need a capital to open a business?
actually, no. There's a lot of business where pwedeng mag-umpisa lang sa laway. Like, you can
Tama.
sell.
Sales.
Oh, you
Tama.
can sell. Sales.
Buy
For
and sell,
example,
di ba?
paano, I told you, may binibentang 2 hectares property sa Tagaytay near 8 Streets. It's worth 250 million. Oh. Binibigay sa akin ng owner 180 million net. Oh. So we have how much? 70 million na pwedeng paglaruan. So imagine mo, we don't have any capital, just you and me. In the next 6 months, we'll be calling people, talking to people, talking about it, being obsessed with it. Eh kung mabenta natin yun, di we earn 70, tig 35 na.
Buy and
So,
sell,
and,
no?
and then from there, yung money mo na 35, you can buy real estate, you can build a hotel, a small, or you can put it in stocks, in bonds, or in crypto. Di ba? Pakunti-kunti. So, doon ka na mag-start. So, pwedeng laway lang. Pwedeng
Yung
laway.
kasi misconception, David, di ba, Jason? Pag sinabing, I wanna go into business, there's always this stigma na I need to have a big capital, I need to borrow a loan from the bank. Ganun lagi ang iniisip ng mga tao di ba?
Ako nga, yun ang open ko 3 business ko. Wala akong capital, di ba? Sinabi ko sa'yo. Nagulat siya bigla, nag-open ko ng business.
Roll lang siya, no? Pina-roll mo lang.
Nagro-roll lang, saka naglo-loan lang ako. Nagro-roll lang ako.
Even me, David, no, I started my business. Tama ka laway lang talaga.
Laway.
And yung reputation mo kasi if your reputation is good, clients will flock to you Minsan nga, hindi ko naman binibenta business ko, but mamaya may tatawag, dati kong client.
Correct.
Kailangan nitong services ni kaibigan ko, maybe you can service them. So, word of mouth di ba? Even if you don't advertise yourself, very important yung reputation Saka word of mouth talaga. Actually, nothing is word of mouth di ba? Parang, pagka ni-refer ka, parang 80% is, your feet is inside the door already. Di ba?
Correct.
Napansin ko yan. Walang advertisements yun, walang Facebook ads, walang boosting, walang gano'n Tama, no?
Tama, perfect.
Very,
So you don't
very
need
important.
capital talaga. And for Airmaster, I'll give you I'll share this. I've never shared this before. Yung nakwento ko kanina na we ordered.
Trade secret yan Huwag mo i-share. Trade secret yan. Baka may makaalam. Mag-put up din ng ganun business.
Di ba? So yung the first order of Airmaster, di ba sabi ko 5 units na air purifier.
That's how much per unit? Just to give me an idea.
Siguro
per
mga
unit.
5,000 pesos. 5,000.
5,000 lang? Yun yung personal, yung home. Yung home.
And then, to create a website, $30. Tapos Facebook
Yung Shopify, di ba libre yun? Is it free, di ba?
Hindi.
Yung Shopify.
May bayad yun.
May bayad ba yun?
May free trial tapos may premium.
Free trial for 1 month. May bayad. So anyway, siguro total lahat to start my Airmaster business, 40, to be exact 48,900.
Wow!
Where did I... pero saan ko... So imagine mo, from 48,000, we were able to do almost 100 million gross sales in 1
In 1 year? 100 million? So
yeah.
48,000 mo became 1 million in 1 year.
100 million. 100.
Bilis,
$2 million nga, di ba? $2 million
$2 million.
nga.
So now, yung 48,900, magkano? Parang $900 yata or $800. I used my girlfriend's credit card.
$1,000.
Ito pa ang lupit ng diskarte mo, ha? David, ha? Tama yung mga sinasabi ng mga gurus, di ba? You use other people's money.
Kasi, wala na ako masyadong
Ginamit talaga yung pera ng ibang tao, hindi pera mo.
true story yun. True story.
Big win,
And then,
big
of
win
course,
yun, big win.
nabayaran ko naman yun the
Pero
following
bayad naman. Bayad na yung 48,000. Okay na. Hindi, kasi baka installment, David, di ba? May mga gano'n. 1 year.
Pero true story yun, ha. Grabe talaga. So, if there's a way talaga eh. Kung
Tama.
gusto mo talaga, there's a way.
Okay. That's a very good insight, no? Talagang you really need to have the motivation, ano? Yun ang mahirap kasi, David, yung motivation, no? In this stage, walang ganun eh. Mahirap. Ang motivation talaga ngayon, poverty, napapansin ko. Yung mga talaga may hirap na tao, yun na nagpupursige. Pero yung mga middle class, they're more likely, they're chill with the employment, di ba? Pansin mo yun, no? Pag middle class, parang employed na lang sila, okay na sila sa ganun. But with yung poverty-stricken masses, parang doon lumalaki yung mga doon nagkakaroon ng mga millionaires, ano?
Ako, I see it not just in the class. Hindi lang yung poverty, middle. I also see it siguro in the family upbringing. Kung paano napalaki yung tao. Kasi marami akong friends na napalaki lang talaga sila na mindset nila is to be an executive, to work. There's nothing wrong with that. Actually, in fact, my son Luca is 1 year and 5 months now. Gusto ko pag nag-graduate siya ng college, of course, I want him to finish school. Ayoko yung mga nauuso ngayon na diploma or ano yun?
Grabe ka naman. That's a long way to go pa. 1-year-old lang, iniisip mo na yung future na.
I want him to finish school and then I want him to find work and experience working like from the bottom. Ayoko yung boss siya ganyan. Kasi he needs to ma-experience niya dapat yun eh, yung waiting for the 15th, 30th, and then yung how to budget. So, yun lang.
Tama.
So,
sabi nga nila, you need to be a good soldier first, no? You need to be a good soldier first before you become a general. Diba?
Yes.
Tama.
And kasi I've been reading and seeing a lot of blogs and mga posts yun eh, yung diskarte o diploma. Actually,
diploma, diskarte, scam.
So, hindi ako approved dun eh, yung diskarte lang. No, I think there should be diploma and then after, that's where you use your values to find diskarte. Kasi without diploma, yung diskarte mo has no values. Diba? You'll do the wrong thing. Pero if there's this diploma, if you're educated, your actions and your diskarte will be educated too. And, diba?
I think that's a potent combination. You're well educated already, tapos meron ka pang street smarts.
And
good
values.
Diba? Yeah, good values, of course.
Integrity, loyalty, diba? Yan yung isa sa mga...
Hindi, kaya siguro nauso yan, David, because of what happened to Microsoft, diba? Si Bill Gates, si Mark Zuckerberg, diba? Kaya lumabas siya diskarte or diploma eh, kasi ginagawa nilang example na drop out sa college, di ba? Kaya nauso yan eh.
Bago sila nag-drop out, matalino sila. Nag-educated sila.
Right.
Educated sila, oh. Kasi yung ngayon dito sa Philippines, yung sinasabi nilang discarded diploma, talagang grade school pa lang yata or high school, nag-quit na eh.
Bakit? Magti-TikTok?
TikTok lang or
magkakangkong.
What do you think about that, David? What do you think about the influencer, content creator industry? Na parang I don't need to go to school anymore. I just need to put up a vlog, a social media website wherein I can do anything I want. What do you think about that? Yung ganyang mindset.
It's a good platform if you will use it for the betterment of the greater good.
Problema, dahil basura vloggers.
Ayun,
Dami
yun lang. No? So, in whatever you do, as long as the content and your vision and your purpose is good, then okay yan. Pero if you use it for bad, of course, hindi. Yun lang naman yan eh. Basic lang naman principles in life, di ba? The good, the bad. So,
Pero problema, David, 80% of content creators now are really on that side. Yung, alam mo, walang values eh. Makikita mo naman eh, walang values. More on entertainment eh, di ba? Entertainment.
then,
Tapos,
if you're a person of good character, you won't watch those things. Now, kung titignan mo yung mga anak natin or our kids in the future, you should teach them how to see which is good content and bad content. Kasi ako minsan, pag may nakikita akong basura content, I switch, I don't watch it. Diba? So, yun lang siguro.
agree. So dapat talaga you should also monitor the content that your kids are consuming. Mahirap yun, David. Mahirap. Kasi yung son ko was the very first generation that grew up with the iPad yung iPad education kung tawagin, di ba?
Correct. Oh.
He was born 2008, so pausbong pa lang iPad noon. So mga parents at the time, para hindi masyadong malikot, bibigay mo yung iPad.
Correct.
Kamali ako doon. I think
pero it's norm of life eh. Ako, I also have a 14-year-old my daughter, 14 years old. Ganun din eh, iPad generation. And wala, nakikita nila tayo. Nakikita nila tayo social media. Eh, di ba, they copy parents eh. So, ganun talaga,
no? Yeah. Okay. So, Jason, do you have any questions for David?
Mas malaki ba kita ng Airmaster kumpara sa hotel business?
Actually, yes. Importation, distribution is actually bigger than the hotel. Kasi yung hotel business, you're limited. If you have 10 rooms, hanggang dun ka lang. If you're fully booked, maximum na yon. Siguro you can just sell food and a little bit of extras. Pero yun na yun eh. Cap na yun eh. With Airmaster, with importation, distribution, sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit, no?
Sky's the limit. Pwede ka magbenta hindi lang sa Philippines eh. Alam mo ba, we were able to sell an oxygen concentrator 200 pieces in India. 2020.
Wow.
Meron din US. Meron din Indonesia. Meron eh, pwede eh. Tapos, jacuzzi, may bumili sa Europe. May bumili sa... Pero ginagawa ko from China, hindi na dumadaan na Philippines. From China, they branded. Direct na yun to US, Europe. Diba?
Ano yung white label, no? Parang white label na siya.
White label.
Pero Airmaster pa rin yung brand.
Airmaster yung brand.
Airmaster pa rin yung brand.
Okay. So, I think creating your own brand and distribution, malaking potential yan.
Okay.
Yung hotel cannot do 100 million in 1 year. Hindi kaya.
Global domination yung nangyari sa iyo. Kasi nag-India ka pa at nag-Europe eh, di ba?
Global domination.
Pero,
parang, yung term mo parang
Pang mafia.
Isa-isang order lang naman yun. Pero of course, syempre, that's our goal, di ba? Why not? Yun ang gusto natin ma-reach in the future.
New markets, no? Look for new markets, di ba?
Unknown
Conquer
markets.
new markets. Tama naman yun. Tapos, David, yung kunyari yan, yung hotel, yung resort mo, parang it's sort of like a long-term investment also, no? It functions like a long-term investment, no? Tama? Kasi kahit hindi masyadong kumikita, yung, alam mo naman, yung valuation ng property, hindi naman bumababa yan.
Ay, don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean na hindi siya masyado kumikita. It's earning.
Yeah. It's earning,
well.
right?
Yung question lang kasi ni Jason kanina is, which is bigger? Yung question niya. Pero yung sa hotels and resorts, actually, ang gusto ko maganda sabihin dyan is, number one, it's steady income.
Right. Passive income.
So, kahit na...
Traditional.
kahit na hindi ko siya masyado bigyan ng time, it's It's generating
earning.
money. It's earning. And then
Passive
number
income.
2, it's generational wealth. Pwede mong ipasa sa kids mo and at the same time, you enjoy it. It's a mix of
Tama.
business and pleasure kasi syempre, you can go to Boracay, you go to Tagaytay, you go to Siargao, di ba? Libre. Oh, so you don't have to spend on hotels anymore. So,
Tama, agree. So, ibig sabihin, alam mo, yan, ngayon ko lang narinig sa'yo yan, yung generational wealth.
yes.
When you open a business or do business, do you think that yung generational wealth aspect would be factored in also in that business? Sa tingin mo, magandang factor yon to open a
Of
business?
course. Kasi, like what I said earlier, you have to be obsessed. For you to be obsessed, there should be a purpose. Hindi naman pwedeng magtatayo lang ako ng business kasi gusto ko magkapera. That's a wrong mindset eh. Kasi if you just
Maraming
think
ganun
about-
David. Maraming ganun. Yung pera-pera lang eh. Talagang profit lang yung goal eh.
You have to change the mindset eh. You have to find a purpose. Why do you want to build a business? I want to build a business because I want more time for my kids. Because I want my kids to have a good life in the future. And because when I turn senior, I want more time also with my apo. Parang there should be a long-term goal. Kaya ka
Tama.
magiging success ngayon. Paghihirapan mo ngayon, o Paulo, gawa tayo ng company, mag-import tayo ng Chinese construction materials. Kasi gusto natin, when we reach this age, naka-relax na lang tayo sa Palawan. May resort tayo doon.
Yun.
Mga ganon, diba? So,
Umiinom na lang ng piña colada, no?
Third generational.
So magandang point yan, ha? That's a good point, ha? Generational wealth.
well, you know
If
what's also one...
generational,
Yeah.
di ba?
Generational. There's also one...
Yung mga anak mo, apo mo, di ba? Tama.
Correct.
That's a good point, ha?
There's also one generational wealth that I can share with everyone now na definitely it will go to $1 million in 10 years. Ano ba ngayon?
Yeah.
20...
Yung pinag-usapan natin the other day. Yan ba yung pinag-usapan natin the other day? Yung
Bitcoin.
crypto.
Buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, let's go into that. Crypto.
Bitcoin, it's the digital gold. Bitcoin is a digital gold. Right now, it's already the 4th largest asset class. Bitcoin.
Next to?
So, Bitcoin,
Next
diba,
to, ano?
number one is gold.
Gold.
Number 2 is Nvidia ba? 3 is Microsoft. Ano ba yung 4th ang Bitcoin? So basically, Bitcoin is the 4th asset class that just started in 2008. It started with $1. Ngayon, it's already $100,000 per Bitcoin. So imagine mo, 2 years ago, 900,000 ang Bitcoin. 900,000 pesos ang Bitcoin. 2 years ago, 2022. Now, it's already 6 million pesos. Yun ang ano ng Bitcoin. So, I remember it was $19,000. I bought Bitcoin 2 years ago. And then now, it's already $100,000. So, eventually, Bitcoin will be a reserve currency. Di ba remember, dati, the gold, di ba? Ang currency ng world is gold. And then
Gold.
from gold, naging papel, naging fiat currency. Now, we're going into digital. So, digital currency. So, buy as much as Bitcoin that you can.
How about
year.
NFTs? Do you advise people to get into NFTs?
Actually, I tried NFTs. I opened an Air Media NFT company noong 2021. We tried it eh. Actually, maganda kasi ang NFT. It's a ledger, di ba? It's a non-fungible token inside the blockchain that, it can create smart contracts. But I think ang problem lang kasi now, it's still too early. The mass adoption is not sufficient. Hindi pa kaya eh. Hindi pa mass adoption. Kasi we tried that eh. Pero eventually, imagine mo mga ORCR natin, land titles, titulo, ORCR, lahat ng mga documents natin sa government, dapat naka-smart contracts na yan sa blockchain, NFT. Yun ang, of course, I want that to happen in the future. Pero for now, wala pa. Medyo malayo pa tayo sa horizon.
Do you
But
think it's because mahirap intindihin? It's very hard to digest yung NFTs.
Actually,
Kahit ako
easy.
hindi maintindihan ako daw eh. I cannot understand really the value of NFTs eh. Parang ganun.
Actually, currently, pero kasi right now kasi ang sumikat yung NFT sa mga art, digital art. It's basically a smart contract in the blockchain. So for example, di ba ngayon meron tayong LTO registration, papel.
Right.
Pag nawala yung papel na yun, wala na yun. And it's centralized. Ibig sabihin na centralized, sino may hawak ng LTO registration natin, ORCR? Si LTO mismo. What if si LTO, masunog yung database nila, ma-hack yung system, at nagpalit tayo ng government into parliamentary, nawala na ang Department of LTO, burado na lahat yun. Diba? So, dun papasok ang NFT or smart contracts. NFT and smart contracts, it's decentralized. Meaning ng decentralized, there's no one governing body that operates on it. Walang central government system. NFT and smart contracts are owned by the people. So imagine mo, lahat ng titulo natin, lahat ng ORCR, lahat ng marriage certificate, birth certificate, nasa blockchain yun. Meaning, blockchain is not hackable. It's not controlled by one government. It's decentralized, meaning controlled siya by people, by everyone in the system. So yun ang crypto naman tsaka blockchain is about decentralization. Kaya ang banks natin, 'di ba, centralized ang banks eh. May BSP, may BDO, may ganyan. Lahat yan centralized. Anytime pwede sila mag-print ng money. Anytime they can inflate our peso. Pero ang digital currency tsaka ang blockchain, hindi siya magdi-deflate. Tsaka hindi siya makokontrol ng isang tao lang. Hindi siya, it's unhackable. So yun, actually very deep pa yan if you want to talk about NFTs and smart contracts. Medyo mahaba-habang usapan. But yeah.
It's the first time I've heard of it, yung smart contracts. So parang no? Parang you're giving value to a paper document. Parang ganun.
Correct. You're giving value to it. And it's one of one. Hindi siya copy-paste lang. That smart contract can be the title of your house. That smart contract can be the ORCR of your car. And once that smart contract is named under your wallet or your name, sa'yo na yun. Everyone can check. Okay, ang owner pala nito si 1234XYZ, Paulo. Diba? Parang gano'n. So yun yung proof that you own the property. Yun yung proof that you own the car. That's the proof that you're married to this person, to XYZ.
Okay.
Pero right now kasi it's still too early. Alam ko hindi pa, ayaw pa ng government ang decentralization, ayaw pa nila ang ganyan. It's still too early, but eventually we'll be going there.
I think yung adoption rate will drive it, no? Yung adoption rate. Parang Bitcoin eh. Kung walang masyadong gumagamit pa ng Bitcoin, yung adoption rate mababa, di wala rin papasok. Tama.
Pero imagine mo ang use case ng Bitcoin nung nagka-war ang Ukraine tsaka Russia. Nawalan sila ng ATM, nawalan sila ng banks, nawalan sila ng currency. Anong ginamit nila ng war? Bitcoin. Yun ang naging currency nila. Yung naging currency nila. And ang maganda sa cryptocurrency, I'm able to send money abroad super fast using my crypto. Like, tapos okay, kasi nag-try na ako ng telegraphic transfer sa bank, di ba? When you send millions, ang laki ng charge. With crypto, I'll give you an example. Mag-send ka ng 2 million within 3 seconds, ang charge mo lang $5. True story.
Regardless of the amount?
Regardless of the amount.
$5 lang?
$5. It depends on the hash rate or kung saang network mo inano. Depende yun eh. Kung
Depende sa
what time
receiver.
mo. Pero maliit lang. 5, siguro max na yung $10 to $12. Max na yun. So it's really, I think it's game changer yung Bitcoin, crypto.
Okay. So how do you separate? Ito naman, David, no? Kasi araw-araw nakaka-receive ako ng mga ganyang investment schemes, ano? Di ba, ma-receive mo minsan sa email mo, crypto, tapos minsan sa text, di ba? How do you now separate the scams from the real crypto investment schemes? Di ba?
Okay.
Kasi every day nakaka-receive ako. Pati sa Facebook. Hindi man, araw-araw.
In crypto, actually, sobrang daming scammers.
Oo, dami.
99.9% scammers. Now, you just have to learn how to do it. And kailangan mas-scam ka. Actually, to be honest, dapat mas-scam ka ng... You have to know how it is before you learn. Kasi ang isang key metrics to all the viewers there, if you're doing crypto, ang dapat dyan is you do it yourself. Do not invest your money in another person. Kunwari may nagsasabi sa'yo na, nag-Bitcoin ako, nag-crypto ako, give me 20,000, palalaguin ko. Scam na kagad yun.
Ayun.
Okay. Yun yung dapat talaga. If you wanna do crypto, you open your own account, open your own wallet.
Do it yourself. Do it yourself.
Do it yourself. Tapos, of course, do not share OTP pin, secret, yung mga seed phrases, huwag mo i-share. Yun lang yun. Don't click any links. Huwag ka mag-join sa mga Telegram na may link and then click niya. Ang daming scam.
Ang daming ganun. Ano yung Telegram? Nagtataka ako bakit ginagamit yung Telegram. Why is that sort of like a medium for scammers na yung Telegram? Maybe
Kasi
because of security features, no? Yung security niya, maybe
Correct.
Napansin ko rin yan. Napansin ko.
Basta pag dinivert ka sa Telegram, okay, scam. Yun na kagad.
Scam na yun. Ayun. Ganun pala yun. Ano? So that's already a red flag. A big red flag. No? If somebody tells you, let's talk in Telegram. Ganun. Maraming ganun, ha?
Why don't you talk in Viber or WhatsApp? Ba't kailangan Telegram?
Oo nga. Pwede naman sa Messenger.
Na phone na lang.
Tama. Agree. Incidentally, I just want to share this, David. No, I was scammed more or less 500 plus thousand recently lang last year. Ano lang to, David? Alam mo yung mga pogos? Yung akala mo bangko mo? Limang transactions lang. You know what did it for me? Yung OTP. Kasi for all we know, pag yung password mo, hindi mo maibibigay, safe ka na, di ba? Hindi pala yun. Yung OTP ako nadali, 4 na OTP. 5 transaction. Ano sila hindi, nagpapanggap sila, David, ganito They will call you, they will represent your bank. Yung BPI, yung sa akin, BPI.
Something happened. Kunwari, may nangyari.
Hindi, sinabi nila sa akin, Pao, marami ka ng points earned because of your deposits, blah, 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 blah. Meron kang 50,000 worth of cash, points deposit. Gusto mong i-encash. Yan ang bungad nila sa akin. Tapos yung kausap ko, David, ito malupit very hindi yung katulad ng mga teller mo sa bangko, di ba? Ito nag-i-English. Alam mo ang learned Sabi ko, lulukoyin ba ako ng ganito? Medyo magaling magsalita. Tapos, sasabihin pa, I'll connect you to the Vice President. Mga ganun. So, it's a scheme. Parang it's a scheme really to manipulate you Ako, mahirap ako manipulate Pero doon na ako nakakuha yung ko. Kasi nga, may time element din. Sabi nila, pagka hindi mo kinuha today, mawawala na yung 50,000 na yun. So, may mga ganung, may time pressure So, it's a
normally, pag may time pressure, scam
Hindi naman, kasi ang sabi nila sa akin, 5 years ko nang hindi nakukuha yung points. Totoo naman kasi wala naman ako nare-receive Ang nadali ako sa OTP talaga. So, ang galing, very...
They ask for your username, password, gano'n.
Hindi yung password, syempre, hindi mo bibigay yun. Ano lang, sa phone, yung OTP. Yung transfer ng phone, doon ako nadali.
So, they access your bank account, online banking.
Hindi naman, parang ganito. you yourself initiated the transaction. Ako. Parang ganun na nangyari. Di ba? Pero because the trust was there already, binibuild mo na lang yung trust sa'yo eh.
So,
Sasabihin-
pinapunta ka nila sa account mo to transfer money?
O, sa ano lang, sa online. Puro phone lang yun, puro phone. Yan yung ginagawa ng mga pogos. Ganun pala yun.
Actually, ako, to be honest, Jason,
Kaya mag-ingat ka.
wala akong online banking eh. Sa totoo
Yo,
lang.
totoo yun.
Puro
Ako.
passbook ako eh. Puro
Hindi, ito
passbook.
masama. David, ito masama.
Oh.
Yung BPI na yun, wala akong online banking sa BPI. Pinagawa nila ako dati.
Hey, wow.
Pinagawa nila ako just to access.
Grabe.
500,000 plus yung nawala sa akin. After I put down the phone, doon ko na-realize. Sabi ko, mukhang na-scam ako Pag-check ko doon sa bank account ko, yun na. Alam ko na.
Wala na. Oh my God.
Wala nang habol kasi tinanong ko yung BPI. They told me, sir, whatever the case is, as long as you give out your OTP, that's already, ano na yun? Kasalanan mo na talaga yun. Totoo naman yun. Yung OTP mo, pag binigay mo, di ba? Lagi nila nire-remind yun So ako, just be careful. I would always advise people na always be careful when it comes to OTPs. Akala kasi ng tao, yung username mo lang, password, okay ka na Hindi nila alam, OTP is also it's a weapon to scam you. Kasi all throughout the transaction, wala akong binibigay na password. OTP lang.
So, ang sakit ng feeling mo nun after.
Ako, David, mga ganon, I treat it as kasi ma-stress ka lang, ma-depress ka. Ako na. Sabi ko, bawiin ko na lang to. It was the tuition fee of my son Umiipon ko yun. Tuition fee ng anak ko. Pero after I put down the phone, alam ko na na-scam ako So, hinaya ko na. Tapos after a few days, nakita ko sa news yung anak ni JVRC was also scammed. Similar to mine, yung modus operandi. 100,000 nga lang. Nadali siya ng 100,000. So when I talk to the bank, sabi nila, sir, almost every day may ganyang nabibiktima. Minsan nga to, millions pa millions.
Yun ang gusto kong client, yung mga pogo. Sila dapat bentahan natin, dami nilang pera.
Grabe, no? Pero ito lang masasabi ko, David, is very sophisticated. Kasi ako, mahirap ako mabola sa totoo lang. Sophisticated sila. It's a combination of mind conditioning, tapos may time pressure. Siyempre, minsan pag may time pressure ka, yung judgment mo naka-cloud di ba? Pag yung mamadali ka, OTP lang naman pinigay ko na. Yung pala, may time pressure. Marirealize mo lang pag tapos na
Correct.
Scam lang. Diba? So, it's a fair warning to everybody, lalo na dito sa vlog natin, na mag-iingat. Lalo ka na, David, you're a billionaire. Makakatakot. Baka mabiktima. Wala naman tayong viewer dito na BIR Wala naman tayo sigurong viewer na tiga BIR dito.
Wala na akong pera sa bank Lahat nasa crypto.
Well, that's a good investment, di ba? Nahayaan mo lang yung pera.
Sweldo ko crypto minsan Sweldo.
Oh, diba? See? USDT ba yan?
Muntik na tayo noon, no? USDT natin.
At
Sayang.
saka sa coins, at saka sa vlog na yan.
Actually, I
I
have a friend, Jason and Paulo. Kwento ko lang Ang style niya,
Sige, go ahead.
sa Amerika sa States, LA. Ang style niya, lahat ng pera niya nasa Bitcoin. Literally. Lahat ng pera niya nasa Bitcoin. Wala siyang US dollar. Pero meron siyang credit card. So yung daily life niya, tsaka ginagastos niya sa shopping, food, shelter, shopping, nagre-rent lang siya ng house, lahat yon credit card. Ngayon, yung pera niya sa Bitcoin, pag kumikita yon monthly, or pag umaakyat, tinatabi na niya yun, nagtatabi na siyang USDT. Yun ang ginagamit niya pang bayad ng credit card niya.
Wow.
Imagine mo the US dollar depreciates inflation, but the Bitcoin appreciates. So yung Bitcoin, kung saan lahat ng pera niya, nilalagay niya sa Bitcoin para mag-appreciate yung pera niya. Yung kita nun, yun ang pinagbabayad niya sa credit card niya. He's been doing it for almost since 2019. Ano na ngayon? 22. Di ba? So,
Wow.
grabe. Di ba? Ang galing. Bitcoin
Meron din akong friend, David. I have a friend also who's a foreigner, no? umattend ako sa isang blockchain event to know more about blockchain. Isa siya sa mga nagbigay ng testimonials. Alam mo ginagawa niya? Sa Siargao siya, base siya sa Siargao. Nagsusurf lang siya all day. Surfing lang siya na surfing. Pero yung kita niya sa crypto, yun yung ginagamit niya for his sustenance. Wala
Diba?
siyang ginawa, surfing lang. Sabi ko, lupit ito.
Meron
Hindi siya
akong
nagtatanong.
Can I share my screen lang? Quick lang. Meron lang akong
Yeah,
gusto
go ahead.
sa inyo
Go ahead.
tsaka sa viewer. So, during we're doing the show, actually nagtitrade ako.
Huwag mo pakita, ha? Papakita mo, nag-trading platform mo.
Hindi, ano
Papakita.
lang. Hindi, not the whole ano lang. Yung may
Sige, go ahead.
part naman, okay lang? Or,
Yeah, go ahead. Kaso, well, wag mo lang pakita yung buo. Pwede ka ba mag-share? Do you have...
ito, can you see it? See my screen? Hindi pa.
Hindi. Kailangan ko palang i-approve. Wait. I'll...
Parang,
Yan. Is that it? Yan na. Kita mo na?
ito. Ayan, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Ayan. So actually right now, ito, Bitcoin to eh. Bitcoin is now at 99,287. So right now, I'm doing a long position on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, tsaka XRP. So ayan, if you notice, itong green, ito na yung income. $200, $17, tsaka $27. Ito negative tayo sa Doge.
So pag redneck.
Sometimes I do this trade every night bago matulog. Pag ano lang, pag tingin ko lang na the market is good, and then sometimes you can stop it already. Minsan 1 days, 2 days. Yun. Yun lang yung sample ng how I do crypto sometimes. So, not bad, di ba? Di ba? You earn 200 plus 20 plus to almost $250 of pag ganun lang. So, ayun, just sharing sometimes what I do for crypto. You just have to follow
Baka pwede tayong mag-open ng parang education or a training institute for crypto investing, di ba? Gandang
Correct. We can do that.
You educate people on how to invest in crypto properly. Kasi ang dami mga fake, di ba? Pwede siguro gano'n. Or maybe we can allot one of our episodes for that, no?
Yeah,
we can for crypto investing. Sige, that's good.
Or what coins are good to invest now?
Coins. Di ba yung kinikwento mo sa akin yung XRP?
XRP, oo.
Di ba kinento mo sa akin, David? You were telling me about it. When I went online,
pumutok.
Hindi, kinento mo sa akin, di ba yung nag-phone call tayo? Tapos may nag-post na kaibigan ko, ang taas nung kinita niya sa XRP. Pinost niya eh. Sabi ko, tama pala yung sinasabi ni David
Kasi it started ng 6 cents nung tinawagan kita eh. From 6 cents, naging $1.04. Tapos naging $2.08. So imagine mo times how many yung pera mo noon. From 6 cents to $1.04 to $2.06.
Wow, grabe.
So imagine mo if you put 100,000 pesos, may 1 million, 1 million 100.
Grabe, no? Pero would you say it's because of the Trump administration din, di ba? Because Trump won.
Yeah.
Parang yung crypto naging priority project niya, no? Yung crypto.
Yes, and yung acting chair ng SEC, yung dating SEC chair ni Biden, anti-crypto. So ngayong paalis na siya, papasok na si Trump, nilagay niya is pro-crypto na SEC chair. So ang dami talaga mangyayari. And all of the traditional banking now are going for crypto already.
So would you say it's the golden age of cryptocurrency, no? This will be the golden age of cryptocurrency.
Definitely.
Actually, tingin ko lang, David, Kaya naman siguro maraming anti-crypto, simple lang yan eh. Ang kalaban talaga niya yung mga traditional banks eh.
Correct.
Siyempre, mawawala sa kanila yung pera, mapupunta sa crypto, di ba? Yun naman
Correct.
yun eh. Diba? At talagang
So,
gatekeepers niya, mga ako, di ba? Nasa kanila lahat ng pera eh. Di ba? Ng mundo.
Correct.
Tama. Ang ganda nung discussion natin. No? Hopefully, we could expound on this in future episodes. We can maybe try to invite also yung mga experts, no? Yun.
Yeah.
Okay. So, ano na tayo, David, ha?
Okay.
Ano na ba to?
Yeah.
10:30 na. Ano tayo?
Oh.
Ah,
Cheers. May wine ako dito. Cheers.
Ako, coffee eh. I'm drinking coffee. Ewan ko si Jason. Yun. Okay. Anyway, David, thank you so much for this very enlightening discussion. Ano? That's the reason why I opened this vlog, to learn from people talaga. Yun ang advocacy ko eh. I wanna learn from movers and shakers of society, especially yung mga businessman. Kasi doon mo talaga makikita insights eh. Lagi ko sinasabi yan, David, no? When I meet people, sabi ko, if you wanna be successful in life, always talk to the movers and shakers of society, businessmen, yung mga successful na tao. Kasi that's the only way for you to become successful as well. Hindi nare-realize ng tao yun eh, di ba? Sabi nga nila, tell me who your friends are, and most likely yung apat ng friends na yon that you're talking with right now, ganun ka din. Diba? So yun, yung advocacy ko talaga dito. Hopefully, we could help people develop an entrepreneurial mindset, di ba? An investing mindset. Yung natatakot kasi tao mag-invest eh. Dami kong kaibigan, David, meron milyon-milyon ng pera sa bangko. Pero tinatanong ko, bakit lagi mo nilalagay sa bangko yung pera mo? Eh, in few years down the road, magiging, kung yung 10 million mo dyan, magiging ano na lang yun, 8 million. Di ba?
Oh, yeah.
Dami natatakot kasi. There are a lot of people really. Maraming pera eh, pero tinatago sa bangko. Di ba? So gusto natin alisin yun sa bangko, dalhin doon sa mga right investment strategies, di ba? So thank you, David. Very enlightening. Marami tayong natutunan sa'yo. Hopefully, you could be one of our co-hosts in the future. Actually, gusto ko sana, David, para tayong at least 5 hosts. Iba-ibang perspective. Kasi nakita ko sa Spotify, I'm a fan of this podcast, no? Very mataas yung listeners niya, yung Cool Pals. I don't know if you heard of Cool Pals. Napanood na ba yun?
Oh, it's a comedian group, di ba? May Cool Pals, di ba? It's a comedian group.
Pag tinignan mo yung composition, hindi mo kilala eh. Hindi mo kilala. Bakit ang taas nung nito? Ba't ang taas ng listeners? Nakita ko eh, parang magbabarkada sila. They're talking about stuff. Iba-iba eh. Iba-ibang topics. Diba? So, very pero sa atin, David, hopefully, sana makatulong tayo lagi. Yun ang goal natin. Ano? To educate people. At the same time, make it palatable to them. Kasi baka naman minsan, masyadong highfalutin yung mga words natin. Di ba? Minsan, hindi na maintindihan ng tao eh. So, we wanna put it in layman's term. We wanna put it... Ako nga, David, umattend ako 2 blockchain events, twice na. Hanggang ngayon, hindi ko pa maintindihan eh.
I'll do another session with you. Explain to you.
Yan. Sige. Okay, so before we end... teka, David, before we let you go, meron tayong konting game dito. Para naman medyo hindi puro serious. Pero walang price muna kasi wala pa tayong hindi pa tayo nagmo-monetize eh. We have a segment here for guests ni Jason wherein, alam mo yung fast talk ni Boy Abunda.
Okay, go.
Familiar with that fast talk. Pero sa atin, David, ibang concept. I call it, since it's a business vlog, I call it cash talk. Yeah. For a lack of a better term, cash talk. Cash talk yun. So I would mention to you a word and you can describe it also in one word. Parang ganon. Familiar ka naman sa fast talk ni Boy Abunda? Nakapanood mo ba yun?
Yes. Also,
I will tell you a word and you will describe it in just one word as well.
Okay.
Parang ganon. the best description that you could
Let's try it.
possibly
Let's try it.
find.
Sige.
Sige. Wala pa tayong timer, Jason, no? Wala nang timer, no? Tuloy-tuloy lang. So I'll flash it on the screen, David. 10 words to, 10 words. Okay. Okay, let's go to the first word. Wala pang drum beat, Jason.
Ito, whatever comes into my mind, no?
Oh, whatever comes into your mind. Basta within 2 seconds,
Okay.
2 to 3 seconds. Okay. The first word would be cryptocurrency.
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Okay. Second
Future.
word is
Future.
Bitcoin.
Future. Oh.
future. Okay. Okay. Second word is mutual funds.
Conservative.
Conservative. Okay. Number 3 word is
So, fancy.
Donald Trump.
To the moon.
Maraming words yun. 3 words yun, David. Isa lang.
Moon.
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 Moon. Why moon? Can you expound on that? Why moon?
Okay. Moon meaning to the moon. Meaning he's for cryptocurrency, he's for evolution. Yeah, ibig sabihin ng moon is parang we're going up there. We're going up with him.
Parang out of this world, ganon.
Oh, parang ganon, parang ganon. Moon.
Okay. Okay, so number 4 word. Sara Duterte.
No comment.
Yun din ang sabi niya, di ba? No comment. Yun din ang famous sa line niya, no comment eh.
No
Okay.
comment.
No comment. Okay. Number 5. Number 5 word. Dapat meron tayong drum beat eh. Yan. Reputation.
Character.
Character. Okay. Number 6 word. Bongbong Marcos. 1 word.
Red.
What? Ano na?
Red.
Red.
Pula.
Red. Meaning the color. The political color, ganon.
Correct.
Hindi in the red, iba yun eh.
Huh?
It's not in the red, Hindi yung phrase na in the red. Hindi
Color red. Color
Political
red.
color. You're talking
Oh,
about
yeah,
political color. Okay, okay. Very safe naman yung sagot mo. Yan. Impeachment of the Vice President.
I think
The impending useless.
Useless.
So you're not,
Oh.
you're against
Waste
it. You're against it.
Waste of time, I think.
Okay. Yeah, you're against it.
Yeah, waste of time. Tama yung
Okay.
sinabi ni BBM eh. We should just focus on problems, di ba? Sayang lang yung sa Congress tsaka sa Senate kung pag-ano pa yun. By the way, ano na siya eh, parang na-impeach na rin naman siya eh. Wala na rin siya silbi eh, di ba? So, why do you need the impeachment pa? Anyway, one word lang is. The answer is,
One word. Isang paragraph na yung sinabi mo eh.
kasi you asked it. Sabi ko, kanina rin kay BBM, I said red. Oh, you asked pa. What?
Right.
So, basta one word lang, ang answer ko dyan is useless.
Useless. Okay. Good. Okay, let's move on to the next word. Bitcoin.
Gold.
Gold. Bitcoin is the new. Ganun ba yan?
The new
Bitcoin is
gold.
the new gold. Yeah. Okay. Number 9. Actually, it's not one word, no? Influencers and content creators. What do you think of them?
Tool.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, the last word would be
Oh, ang hirap naman.
Yan. Sagutin mo yan.
Pogi.
Yeah. Okay, and with that, thank you very much, David.
Thank
Maraming
you.
salamat for guesting. Hopefully, in the next few episodes, you'll be a co-host already. Di ba?
Thank you for having me. Thank you,
sir.
Paolo.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Yeah, we'll
Jason.
give you a copy of this as well.
Super fun podcast, Beyond the Boardroom. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yep. Have a nice night and enjoy the weekend, the rest of the weekend.
Night. Good night,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank you.
Outro.
Jay,
Outro.
okay. So, babay na tayo.
Bye.
Ganun lang? Walang parting shots? You don't have any parting shots?
Marami ako natutunan eh.
Marami tayong natutunan kay David, no? Very, ang daming topics na we were able to discuss and we were able to, ano ba tawag doon? To elucidate, di ba? Hopefully, may mga ganun pa tayong
Yung mga clips niya, marami na.
right. Almost 2 hours, bro, yung natin, yung episode. Almost 2 hours. So, thank you. Thank you to the listeners. Thank you to the viewers for going with our journey today. So, thank you, Jason. Have a nice night, ha? Congrats. Congrats to us. Okay, salamat. Bye-bye.
Outro. Outro.